Hey, it's Dan. I'm glad you came here to get some math help. Let me ask you to do something before we watch the video. Please subscribe and like this video. Let's do the math.
So there's a problem that talks about a volleyball that's hit into the air and then lands on the ground. And the question is, where is it hit from and where does it land if it fits this equation? And then how long does it take from the time that it's hit to hit the ground? So with a question like that, what you want to do is find the solution to this. At least this is one way to do it. And so you always factor out the greatest common factor first, which is a -2 in this case. It leaves you with this. And then you don't have to do anything with the -2, but you want to factor this part again using the guess and check method. 8t times t is 8t squared. 1 times 2 is 2. I need it to be a -2. So if you put -1 here and +2 there and do the FOIL method, that actually checks to get +15t, because this is 16t and -1t adds to be 15t. So that's the factorization. If you set each one of those equal to 0, you get 1/8 and -2. So 1/8 and -2 is your solutions. Now, if you transfer that to graph, you've got -2 here as one solution, and then 1/8 as the other solution. So the question is, what is the distance between that? So the ball's hit here and it lands there. The general shape of this graph would be like this, because that's a -a value. So this is opening downward. And so this is an x-intercept and that's an x-intercept. Well, that distance is going to be the absolute value of the difference in these 2 points. So the absolute value of 1/8 minus -2 is the absolute value of 2 1/8. And as a decimal, that'd be a little over 2 seconds. So that's how you find the distance between these 2 points. Another way to do it would be just to look at it and say, well, that distance is 2, and then the distance from there is 1/8. So that's a distance of 2 1/8. So the time is always going to be positive. So that's why we have it in absolute values here, just to make sure that if it were negative, it would be a positive value when we finished. So 2.125 seconds is how long it would take a ball that has this flight path to hit the ground once it's hit. So factor it, solve, and then find the distance between those 2 x-intercepts. And distance is the absolute value of the difference of those 2 points.